used to say, be careful how you treat people. You may be entertaining angels unaware. When I got my first college degree and I got my first good job, I was working for Electronic Data Systems. So I was supposed to start working on this contract in Falls Church. But me and about 5 other employees went there, and the contract just didn't start up. So they had us there for about a week, and we'd gone through a few days of training, and we just basically were sitting around. And finally they set us all down in a room and told us that the government had issued a stop work order. Well, at the time I didn't even know what a stop work order was, but they said that there are some things that they had to do contractually that they hadn't done, and until those things were ironed out, that we weren't going to be able to work on the contract. So what they said to us was, you guys are all overqualified for this job, because it was a data entry job. And so we're going to look around in the company and see if we can find other things for you guys to do. And we'll find you something temporary, or we'll find you something permanent. And if we find you something temporary, maybe you'll be able to work that until this contract gets started up. Or if we find you something permanent, you'll just be going on to that. And if we can't find you something, then you guys just won't have a job. So they went off looking for all of us different positions. So they came back and they told me that they had found me a position. It was basically I would be a purchaser. The job was an equipment support rep. That was the official title. But I would be purchasing hardware and software, and I would be working with the proposal team, and I would be answering phones and just managing the office space for the proposal team for when they come in and get when they were set up for proposals. And they told me that it was you had to be very aggressive because you would be dealing with managers and things like that. So the job sounded exciting. It actually paid more money than what I was making at the time as a data entry operator. So I was really pretty excited. So the manager took me up the to the Herndon office, the headquarters for EDS at the time. And when she took me in there, right next to the proposal office was a word processing department. And she introduced me to the manager of the word processing department. And I sat down and I talked to her for a few minutes. And she didn't have anything to do with it at all, but she was a really nice lady. Her name was Sandy Cage. And so we laughed and talked for a little bit. And that was it. And I went off and I interviewed. So what was going on was the manager was leaving. And so she let the team interview me. So came back that they didn't offer me the job. And so the guy felt, well, the main guy there felt that, well, he wasn't the main guy, but he was the guy that was leaving the position. He felt that I was not aggressive enough. So I looked up the team lead's name, and I called her up, and I told her, I'm a very aggressive person, so you don't have to worry about me being aggressive. And so I had a nice, candid talk with her. But so a few days passed, and they had set me over at the Herndon office, and I was just basically hanging around. Me and this guy, were just there and with nothing to do. And so they called him. He was an accountant by trade, so he got a job as an accountant. So they called me. The manager that took over that department called me down and offered me the job. Well, I didn't know until after I had been working on that job for a little bit. That lady that was the head of the word processing department that I sat down and talked to for maybe 5 minutes went and talked to this man on my behalf. Just after talking to me for like 5 minutes, went and talked to this man on my behalf and told him that she didn't feel that it was fair, that the team interviewed me. She didn't feel that was a fair interview, and that I wasn't given a fair chance. And when he called me down and he talked to me, he said, I don't feel that you were given a good opportunity by having a team interview. And he said, I'm going to go ahead and give you the job. I had no idea that this lady that I had a 5-minute conversation with, that I was nice to, she was nice to me, but God worked that thing out. So it's such a true statement. Always be kind to everyone that you meet. You never know who or how that's going to benefit you. God has been so good to me, and it was such a benefit. And I just want you all to know it's Testimony Tuesday. What's your testimony? Be blessed.